As a kid, I enjoyed staring at the clouds, watching them shapeshift as they fought against the wind. I always wondered, after a cloud changes, can it still recognize its own reflection, or what kind of stranger that cloud becomes to itself? Now remember, my 2 feet on the ground, my head aimed up toward heaven, and all I could do was watch. When my uncle was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, on that day he became a cloud, his thoughts and memories fighting against the gust of wind. Have you ever seen a man try to Rubik's Cube together his own reality, or wrestle his memories into submission? He'd tell me stories about the cloud he used to be for the 100th time, and I would listen. There was an eerie beauty in watching him relive himself. They say a man's memory forms its own cloud within the mind, too high for earth, yet too low to reach heaven, stuck in the perfect purgatory, because there's no rule of architecture when it comes to castles made out of air and dissolving spirits. So after his sky is kissed by amnesia, the names of his loved ones become ash on his tongue, his mouth, an iron furnace or casket. Either way, it is death before death, the way Alzheimer's erases the mind and spirit long before the body can collapse. And no one told me that a cloud was able to fall from the sky. But apparently, when the moisture gets too heavy for the body, a cloud would bleed itself out into raindrops. Maybe that's why they taste like tears. Maybe that's why he becomes the perfect storm. Thunder roaring from his mouth, lightning strikes as his fist punches the wall, because his wedding ring becomes a reminder of a marriage he can no longer remember. I remember at his wife's funeral, he thought he was dressing himself for their wedding day. Have you ever tried to explain the difference between the two? Or just let him become a burning fog fading from his own fingertips? So I did my best to remember his love when he could no longer remember himself, because a cloud will black out the sky in darkness. Once it forgets its purpose, a silver lining becomes a noose that chokes the sunshine right out of daylight. And I remember my 2 feet on the ground, my head aimed up toward heaven, and all I could do was watch. Have you ever tried holding a cloud by the recollection? Have you ever just tried holding a cloud, being so angry that you want to shake that cloud until he remembers that he wasn't always a cloud, that he used to be a mountain of a man long before Alzheimer's broke him from this earth, placed him into the sky, just out of my reach, and then I become that kid again. My 2 feet on the ground, my head aimed up toward heaven. And all I could do